I found out I wasn't invited to my niece's 10th birthday party through Instagram. Sarah had posted a video of Emma blowing out candles, surrounded by cousins, aunts, uncles, and half the neighborhood. Balloons. Bounce house. A table overflowing with presents. Everyone was there. Except me. I checked my messages. Nothing. No invitation. No. Sorry we forgot you. I called Sarah. Nathan! Hey! What's up? I just saw the party on Instagram. Looks fun. Pause. Oh. Yeah. I didn't get an invite. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Limited space and… Sarah, you have a bounce house. There are 30 people there. It just worked out this way. Don't make it a thing. Don't make it a thing. Put Dad on. Nathan, he's… Sarah. Put him on. Muffled voices. Then Dad, slightly slurred from drinking. Nathan, hey buddy. Great party. You should see. Why wasn't I invited? What? Emma's birthday. Why wasn't I invited? Oh. Well, you know. Sarah had to make tough choices. I'm her brother. Emma's uncle. Yeah, but, let's be honest here. You're not really family in the way that matters for these things. Something cold settled in my chest. What does that mean? It means you're more like a resource. A wallet. You help out when we need it, but you're not really part of the day-to-day family stuff. A wallet. Dad, I've been paying your mortgage for 18 months. And we appreciate that. But that doesn't mean you get a say in family events. I couldn't speak. Look, don't take it personally. If you help us out financially, we keep the family going. It works. He hung up. 18 months ago, Dad lost his job. Manufacturing plant closed. At 58, he couldn't find anything close to what he'd been making. He called me, voice shaking. Nathan, I don't know what to do. The mortgage is $2,400 a month. I'm going to lose the house. The house where Mom died 5 years ago. I'll help, I said immediately. I'll cover it until you get back on your feet. I was making $75,000 as a software engineer. I could swing it if I cut back. So I did. Cheaper apartment. No eating out. Drove my 12-year-old Honda into the ground. Every month, $2,400. Direct deposit. Never late. At first, he'd text thanks. Then the updates stopped. The texts became demands. Can you send it early this month? Payments late. Need it by the 3rd. I became an ATM. Not a son. My phone buzzed. Text from Aunt Linda. Linda. Sorry you couldn't make it to the party. Emma asked about you. Emma asked about me. They didn't invite me, but she noticed. I called Linda. Nathan. How are you? Why wasn't I invited? Oh, well, Sarah had to keep the guest list manageable. Linda, there were 30 people there. Well, yes, but close family and… I'm her brother. Silence. Nathan, honestly? We're fine without you there. These events are about core family. You're busy with your own life anyway. We're fine without you. I pay Dad's mortgage, I said quietly. And we appreciate that. But that doesn't mean you need to be at every family gathering. When's the last time I was invited to anything? Thanksgiving? Christmas? Sarah's birthday? She didn't answer. If I stopped paying tomorrow, would I suddenly be invited? That's not fair. Answer the question. Nathan, your father needs that money. You can't just… So that's a no. If that's how you feel, maybe you shouldn't come to family events. We don't need that negativity. She hung up. I sat there for a long time. Then I opened my banking app. Found the recurring payment. $2,400. Scheduled for the 1st of every month. I stared at my phone. Another Instagram story. Emma is cutting the cake. Dad is laughing in the background. Having a great time at a party I funded but wasn't invited to. In a house I'd been paying for. While they told me I wasn't family. I clicked the recurring payment. Cancelled it. Then texted Dad. Effective immediately, I'm stopping the mortgage payments. You have 30 days to make other arrangements. I blocked his number. Blocked Sarah's. Blocked Linda's. Deleted Instagram. I wasn't family. I was just a wallet. And this wallet was closed. The first week was strange. Not because I felt guilty, I expected to, but because I felt relief. My bank account suddenly had an extra $2,400. I'd gotten so used to being broke that having money felt wrong. Devin, my coworker, noticed. You seem lighter. Made some changes. Good ones? Time will tell. My phone stayed quiet. They probably hadn't noticed yet. Payment wasn't due for 3 weeks. On day 8, an unknown number called. Voicemail from Sarah using a friend's phone. Nathan, what the hell? Dad says you canceled the payment. You can't do that. He's going to lose the house. This is insane. I deleted it. Another call. Linda, this time, a different number. Nathan, this is cruel. Your father is beside himself. Your mother would be ashamed. That's dumb. But I still deleted it. They tried everything. Work numbers. Friends' phones. Blocked numbers. Each time voicemail. Each time deleted. The thing about being someone's wallet is you only matter when the money stops. On day 12, an email from Dad. Long rambling. Part guilt trip, part anger, part desperate pleading. I raised you. Fed you. And this is how you repay me? Your mother would be heartbroken. This house is the last piece of her. You're taking it away from Emma. How can you be so selfish? I wrote back one line. You told me I'm not family. I'm just a wallet. This wallet is closed. His response came fast. I didn't mean it like that. I was drinking. You're being sensitive. Sensitive. The same word Mom used when I'd point out how differently they treated me and Sarah. I didn't respond. On day 15, they went nuclear. A Facebook post from Sarah public. Some people value money over family. My brother Nathan has decided to stop helping our father. Dad is about to lose his house, the house our mother died in, because Nathan is bitter about not being invited to one party. This is what selfishness looks like. Comments poured in. How horrible. Your poor father. Aunt Linda shared it. Heartbroken. Family should support family, not abandon them over hurt feelings. No mention of 18 months of payments. Of $43,000. Of just a wallet. Devin saw it. Called immediately. Dude, is this real? Yeah. You've been paying his mortgage for 18 months and they didn't invite you to a birthday party? Among other things. Do you want me to comment? Set the record straight? No. Let them have their narrative. Everyone thinks you're the bad guy. Everyone who matters already knew I was invisible. On day 23, a registered letter arrived. From a lawyer. Dad was threatening to sue for breach of verbal contract. I called the number. Law offices of Morrison and Associates. I received a cease and desist. Regarding Nathan Marsh. Ah, yes. Your father claims you made a binding promise. Do you have anything in writing? No, but... Then there's no contract. I was helping. I'm stopping. That's my right. Silence. I'll relay your response. The letter went in the trash. Day 28. Payment is due in 2 days. My phone rang nonstop. Unknown numbers. All hours. The voicemails got desperate. Sarah. Emma's crying. She doesn't want Grandpa to lose his house. Do you really want to be the uncle who did this? Dad. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for what I said. Please. The bank is calling. Please, Nathan. Sorry for what I said. Not. I was wrong. Just sorry, he said the quiet part out loud. I deleted it. Day 30. I woke to 17 missed calls. I made coffee. Went to work. At 11 a.m., my email pinged. A photo. Of a notice taped to Dad's door. Notice of default. Foreclosure proceedings to begin in 30 days. Below it, a text from an unknown number. Happy now? I looked at that photo for a long time. Thought about 18 months of payments. Of being called a wallet. Of being excluded while I kept their lives afloat. I typed one word. Yes. And blocked the number. I was done being sorry for setting boundaries. Done apologizing for refusing to be used. Their emergency wasn't my responsibility anymore. I was finally free. The foreclosure notice gave them 30 days. I gave them silence. No responses. No negotiations. No second chances. For the first time in 18 months, I started living my own life. The extra $2,400 a month felt like breathing after being underwater. I moved to a better apartment. 1 bedroom with actual natural light and a dishwasher. Bought new clothes that didn't come from clearance racks. Went out to dinner without checking my bank account first. Small things. But they felt monumental. Devin noticed the change. You look different. Happier. I feel lighter. Like I've been carrying something heavy and finally put it down. Any word from them? They keep trying. New numbers every day. I block them all. Do you feel guilty? I thought about it. Really thought about it. No. I feel free. 3 weeks after the foreclosure notice, the harassment reached a new level. My work email. Someone had found it. Sarah. Nathan, I'm emailing because you've blocked everything else. Please. Dad is desperate. The bank is threatening eviction. We have 2 weeks. Emma doesn't understand why Uncle Nathan won't help Grandpa anymore. She cries every night. Is this really who you want to be? I forwarded it to HR, explained the situation. They blocked external emails from her address. Then came a letter. Physical mail to my new apartment. From Dad. Handwritten. Nathan, I'm begging you. I was wrong. I said terrible things. I took you for granted. I'm sorry. Please don't let my mistakes cost me everything. This is your mother's house. Her memory. Please. I read it once. Then I put it in a drawer. Not thrown away. Not answered. Just stored. Evidence, maybe. Or closure. I wasn't sure yet. The 4th week, things got weird. An unknown number called. I was about to decline when something made me answer. Nathan? It's Emma. My niece. 10 years old. On the phone. My heart stopped. Emma? How did you? I took Mom's phone. She doesn't know. Her voice was small. Scared. Uncle Nathan, why won't you help Grandpa? Did I do something wrong? The guilt hit like a truck. Emma, no. You didn't do anything wrong. Then why? Mom says you're being mean. That you don't care about family anymore. I closed my eyes. Of course they'd weaponized her. Emma, this is complicated. It's adult stuff between me and your grandpa. But he's going to lose his house. Mom says it's your fault. Did your mom tell you why? She said you're mad about my birthday party. That you're upset you weren't invited. Did she tell you I'd been paying Grandpa's mortgage for 1.5 years? Silence. What's a mortgage? It's money for the house. I've been paying it so Grandpa could keep living there. You have? Yeah. $2,400 every month. That's a lot. It is. And you know what Grandpa said to me? He said I'm not really family. That I'm just a wallet. Do you know what that means? A wallet is where you keep money. Right. He said I'm only good for money. Not for birthdays or Christmas or Thanksgiving. Just money. That's mean. It was. And it hurt. So I stopped paying. Emma was quiet. Then, I'm sorry, Uncle Nathan. I didn't know. It's not your fault, sweetie. None of this is your fault. I wanted you at my party. I asked Mom why you weren't there. She said you were busy? My chest tightened. I wasn't busy. I wasn't invited. That's not fair. No. It's not. I'm sorry. Thank you, Emma. That means a lot. Can you help Grandpa anyway? Even if he was mean? I sighed. Emma, sometimes grown-ups have to make hard choices. Your grandpa needs to figure this out himself. Okay. She sniffled. I love you, Uncle Nathan. I love you too, Emma. She hung up. I sat there feeling like the worst person alive. Not because I was wrong. but because they'd put a 10-year-old in the middle of it. 5 minutes later, Sarah called from the same number. I answered. How dare you? Her voice was shaking with rage. How dare you tell Emma that Dad called you a wallet? She's 10 years old. You put her on the phone, Sarah. You're the one using her as a weapon. She wanted to talk to you. You told her it's my fault her grandpa is losing his house. You gave a 10-year-old that burden. It is your fault. You're the one who stopped paying. After 18 months of being excluded from everything while I kept your lives running. After Dad literally told me I'm not family. He didn't mean it. He meant every word. So did Aunt Linda. So did you when you didn't invite me to Emma's party. One party, Nathan. You're destroying our family over one party. It wasn't one party. It was every party. Every holiday. Every family event. For years. I just didn't notice because I was too busy being your ATM. She was crying now. We need that money. Dad needs it. Please. You don't need money, Sarah. You need to figure out your own lives. 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks until the bank takes the house. Then you better spend those 2 weeks figuring it out instead of calling me. I hung up. Blocked that number too. The next day, I got a call from Devin. Dude, you need to see this. He sent me a link. A GoFundMe. Help save a family home. Sarah's name. Dad's picture. The house. My father is a hard-working man who lost his job through no fault of his own. He's struggling to keep the family home where his late wife lived, where his granddaughter celebrates birthdays. The bank is threatening foreclosure. We're asking for help from our community to save this precious family memory. Goal, $25,000. Current amount raised, $340. I read the description. Nowhere did it mention 18 months of payments from me. Nowhere did it mention $43,000 I'd already given them. Just, hardworking man. And, struggling family. The comments were what got me. Praying for you. Family is everything. I donated what I could. God bless. I showed Devin. Their crowdfunding. Without mentioning you paid for a year and a half? Of course not. That doesn't fit their narrative. Are you going to comment? Set the record straight? I thought about it. About exposing everything. About posting receipts and bank statements and screenshots of just a wallet. Then I remembered what my mom used to say. The truth doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be true. No, I said. Let them raise their money. Or not. Either way, it's not my problem. The GoFundMe gained traction in their church community. By the end of the week, they'd raise $4,000. $4,000 out of $25,000 needed. With 1 week left until foreclosure. I watched the number tick up slowly. Watched the comments of support. Watched Sarah post updates thanking everyone for their generosity. It wasn't going to be enough. Not even close. And that wasn't my problem anymore. Then, 2 days before the foreclosure deadline, something unexpected happened. A message request on LinkedIn. From someone named Jennifer Marsh. I didn't recognize the name, but something about Marsh made me pause. I opened it. Hi Nathan. You don't know me, but I'm your dad's cousin. I live in Portland. I heard about the house situation through the family grapevine. Can we talk? I stared at that message for a long time. Then I accepted the request and replied. Sure. When? We met for coffee the next day. Jennifer was in her mid-50s, dressed professionally, with kind eyes that reminded me of my mom. Thank you for meeting me, she said. I know this must be strange. A little. I've never heard Dad mention you. We're not close. Haven't been for years. There was a falling out. She stirred her coffee. Nathan, I want to hear your side. I've heard the family version. I want to hear yours. So I told her. Everything. The 18 months of payments. The birthday party. The just a wallet conversation. Aunt Linda's. Fine without you. The harassment. Emma's phone call. She listened without interrupting. When I finished, she nodded slowly. That sounds exactly like my cousin Robert. And his sister Linda. You're not surprised? Not even a little. They did something similar to me 20 years ago. Borrowed money for a business venture. Promised to pay me back. When I asked for it after 2 years, they accused me of being greedy. Of not supporting family. I never saw a dime. How much? 15,000. Back then, that was everything I had saved. I felt something settle. Validation. Proof I wasn't crazy. Wasn't cruel. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry it's happening to you. She pulled out her phone. I saw the GoFundMe. Read the description. They left out some important details. They left out all the details. I figured. Nathan, I want to ask you something. And I want you to be honest. Do you want them to lose the house? I thought about it. Really thought about it. I don't want Emma to suffer. But Dad? Sarah? Linda? They need to learn that people aren't ATMs. That you can't treat someone like garbage and expect them to keep giving. That's fair. She smiled slightly. For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing. Setting boundaries isn't cruel. It's healthy. Tell that to the Facebook comments. Facebook comments are written by people who don't know the full story. You know the truth. That's what matters. We talked for another hour. About family. About boundaries. About moving forward. When we stood to leave, she hugged me. If you need anything, someone to talk to, someone who gets it, call me. You're not alone. I drove home feeling lighter than I had in weeks. Not because Jennifer solved anything, but because someone finally understood. The next day was the foreclosure deadline. I woke up and checked my phone. No calls. No texts. Just silence. The GoFundMe had reached $6,200. Not enough. Not even close. At 3 p.m., my doorbell rang. I opened it to find Aunt Linda standing there. Nathan. We need to talk. I stared at Aunt Linda on my doorstep. She looked tired. No makeup, hair pulled back messily, wrinkled sweater. Can I come in? No. Nathan, please. 5 minutes. 2 minutes. Right here. The foreclosure is today. 3 o'clock. We're 6,000 short. Please. That's all we need. No. Nathan. You told me you were fine without me. That I wasn't core family. Why would you want money from someone who's not family? I was angry. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. For years. Her eyes filled with tears. One comment at a party. Are you going to destroy his life over that? It wasn't one comment. It was 18 months of being treated like an ATM while being excluded from everything. We thought you were busy. You thought I was convenient. There when you needed money, invisible when you didn't. Please. I'm begging. 6,000. I'll pay you back. I don't want your money. I want you to understand that people aren't wallets. So you're just going to let him lose everything? No. You are. Because you spent a month harassing me instead of finding solutions. She stood there crying. I hope you can live with yourself. I can. Can you? She left. I closed the door, hands shaking. Not from guilt. From finally holding a boundary. At 3:15 p.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Crying on the other end. Then Dad's voice. They took it. The house. It's gone. I said nothing. Nathan, please. We can fix this. If you just... No. I'm your father. You're the man who called me a wallet. Who told me I'm not family. I was drunk. I'm sorry. You're sorry you said it out loud. Not that you meant it. That's not fair. None of this is fair. But it's not my problem anymore. I hung up. Blocked the number. Then I opened a bottle of wine. The good kind. And didn't feel guilty. 2 weeks later, Jennifer messaged me. Saw on Facebook they're having a fresh start party at Sarah's this weekend. Thought you should know. A party. Of course. Can you get me the address in time? She sent it within an hour. Saturday, 2 p.m. Family celebration, new beginnings. Through Jennifer, I'd learned Dad had bought a new car 3 months ago. Financed at an insane rate. Couldn't afford payments. The repo company was looking for it. Dad had been hiding it at Sarah's. And on Saturday, that repo truck was scheduled to show up. I didn't cause it. Just knew it was coming. And I made sure I had a front row seat. Saturday at 1:45 p.m., I parked down the street. Far enough to stay hidden. Close enough to see everything. Cars lined the driveway. Balloons on the mailbox. People walking in with dishes. At 2:47 p.m., a flatbed tow truck turned onto the street. I sat up straighter. The truck stopped at Sarah's house. Driver checked his tablet. Got out. Knocked. Sarah answered. Face went from friendly to panicked. She called inside. Dad appeared. Started yelling. People came outside. Party stopped. The driver showed paperwork. Dad tried to block the car. Sarah was on her phone. Linda came out yelling. The driver didn't care. He had paperwork. Dad's black Charger, the one he'd bought to feel young, started rolling onto the flatbed. Dad tried to stop it. Couldn't. Just stood there as his car disappeared. In front of everyone. At their fresh start party. Sarah was crying. Linda yelling. Dad looked defeated. Party guests started leaving. Quickly. Awkwardly. Some filming on phones. This would be all over Facebook by dinner. The truck pulled away. Guests scattered. I watched Sarah standing in her empty driveway looking destroyed. I started my car and drove home. Devin called an hour later. Did you see Facebook? No. What happened? Your sister's party. Repo truck took your dad's car. Middle of the party. It's everywhere. Wow. Nathan. Did you know? I knew it was getting repossessed. Not exactly when. That's savage. That's consequences. People are commenting. Asking why he had a new car if he couldn't afford his mortgage. Good. Let them ask. That night, videos surfaced. Different angles. The comments shifted. Wait, he bought a new car? If he couldn't afford his mortgage, why finance a Charger? Something doesn't add up. Sarah posted. My father is going through a hard time. Please respect our privacy. But questions kept coming. Where's Nathan? Haven't seen him at family events. Didn't Nathan help them financially? The narrative was cracking. I didn't comment. Didn't explain. Just watched. Sunday morning, Jennifer texted. Your dad's raising money for the car now. Another GoFundMe. I looked it up. Help Robert get his car back. Wrongful repossession. Goal $8,000. Amount raised $0. Comments. Didn't you just lose your house? If Nathan was paying your mortgage, where did that money go? Why does this family keep asking for handouts? The truth was out. Not because I told it. Because they couldn't keep their story straight. I closed the app. Blocked Facebook. I didn't need to see it anymore. I'd made my point without saying a word. And finally, I was free. 3 weeks after the repo truck incident, my life had settled into something resembling peace. No more unknown numbers calling. No more desperate emails. No more family members showing up at my door. They'd finally gotten the message. I'd started therapy. Not because I felt guilty, I didn't, but because Devin suggested it might help process everything. Dr. Martinez was in her 50s, with kind eyes and zero tolerance for BS. So your family treated you like an ATM for 18 months, she said during our third session. And when you stopped paying, they made you the villain. Pretty much. How does that make you feel? Free. Is that wrong? She smiled. Not at all. Setting boundaries isn't cruel. It's healthy. Work got better too. Without the constant stress of covering someone else's mortgage, I could focus. Got promoted to senior developer. Raise came with it. Devin took me out to celebrate. Look at you. New apartment, promotion, actual savings. You're thriving. Feels weird. Like I'm waiting for something to go wrong. That's called trauma response. You spent 18 months in survival mode. It takes time to adjust to stability. One Saturday morning, my doorbell rang. I checked the peephole. Emma. With a woman I didn't recognize. I opened the door. Uncle Nathan. Emma lit up. The woman stepped forward. Hi, I'm Rebecca. Sarah's friend. Emma asked me to bring her. She was insistent. It's okay. Come in. Rebecca waited in the car. Emma turned to me, determined. I needed to see you. Does your mom know you're here? No. She'd be mad. But I don't care. I sat across from her. Emma, what's going on? I'm sorry. For everything. For what they said to you. For using me to make you feel bad. Emma, you're 10. None of this is your fault. But I was mean to you on the phone. Rebecca told me what really happened. How you paid for Grandpa's house. How they didn't invite you to my party. How Grandpa called you a wallet. Emma, your grandpa and your mom made choices. Those choices had consequences. That's not abandonment. That's boundaries. What's boundaries? It's when you decide what you will and won't accept from people. Even family. She nodded slowly. That makes sense. Can I still see you? Even if Mom says no? My chest tightened. Emma, I don't want to make things harder for you at home. It's already hard. Mom and Grandpa fight all the time now. About money. About the house. About you. She looked at me with eyes too old for 10. Mom says you're the reason everything fell apart. But I think things were always falling apart. You just stopped holding it together. Out of the mouths of children. You're pretty smart, you know that? She smiled. Can we do something? Just us? Like get ice cream? Okay. But I'm texting your mom after so she knows where you are. She's going to yell. Probably. But that's on me, not you. We went to the ice cream shop near my apartment. For an hour, we just talked. About school. Her friends. Her drawings. Before she left, Emma hugged me. Thank you for not giving up on me. I could never give up on you, kid. After they left, I texted Sarah. Emma came to see me today. She's safe. She wanted to talk. If you want to discuss boundaries for future contact, I'm open to conversation. Her response came an hour later. How dare you see her behind my back? Stay away from my daughter. I didn't respond. Just forwarded the message to Rebecca with a note. Thanks for bringing her. Let me know if Emma needs anything. 6 months later, my life looked completely different. New apartment, 2 bedrooms now. Better car. Actual savings account. I dated. Nothing serious yet, but I was open to it. Turns out when you're not financially and emotionally drained, you actually have energy for other people. Emma and I texted occasionally. Sarah didn't like it, but she'd stopped trying to prevent it. Dad had moved in with Sarah. According to Jennifer, it was tense. Lots of fighting about money. I ran into Linda at the grocery store one day. We made eye contact. She looked away quickly, grabbed her cart, and left. No confrontation. No apology. Just avoidance. That was fine. I didn't need her apology. I'd already moved on. Devin and I grabbed dinner one Friday. You know what's wild? He said. A year ago, you were broke, stressed, and miserable. Now look at you. Best decision I ever made. Cutting them off? Setting boundaries. There's a difference. He raised his glass. To boundaries. To boundaries. That night, I got a text from an unknown number. Nathan, it's Dad. I know you blocked me. Using a friend's phone. I wanted to say I'm sorry. Really sorry. For everything. You were right. I took you for granted. Treated you like a wallet. I was wrong. I stared at that message for a long time. Part of me wanted to respond. To accept the apology. But another part, the part that had learned that people don't change just because they say sorry, knew better. I typed one message. I appreciate the apology. But I'm not ready to rebuild this relationship. Maybe someday. But not now. I hit send. Then blocked that number too. Because forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. And boundaries don't make you cruel. They make you healthy. 2 years after I stopped paying Dad's mortgage, I bought my first house. Nothing huge. 3 bedrooms. Nice yard. I had a housewarming party. Devin came. Jennifer came. Rebecca brought Emma, with Sarah's permission, surprisingly. Some coworkers. Some new friends. People who knew me for me, not for what I could provide. Devin raised a toast. To Nathan, who learned that the best investment isn't in other people's houses. It's in yourself. Everyone cheered. Emma pulled me aside. I'm proud of you, Uncle Nathan. Thanks, kid. I'm proud of you too. For what? For being brave enough to find the truth. I learned that from you. You showed me that sometimes walking away is the strongest thing you can do. I looked at this now 12-year-old who'd figured out what took me 30 years to learn. You're going to be okay, Emma. Better than okay. So are you. And you know what? She was right. Because I'd stopped being a wallet and started being a person. And that made all the difference.